You've probably seen a mob movie or two in your day, but chances are you have no idea what it's actually like to be part of the Witness Protection Program. A highly secretive program, the United States Federal Witness Protection Program protects witnesses before, during, and after a criminal trial. Today we're exploring what it's really like in the Witness Protection Program. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to the Weird History channel. Oh, and that's just not enough. Leave a comment and let us know what topics you would like to hear about. Okay, cut all ties to life as you know it and join us as we go full Henry Hill. The Witness Protection Program, aka the Witness Security Program, WITSEC, is a joint venture of the U.S. Department of Justice and the United States Marshals Service, started in 1970. After accepting someone into WITSEC, professionals move the person to a secret location or safe house. A family-friendly organization, WITSEC agents also relocate the person's immediate family members to avoid potentially dangerous situations or retaliation. This includes spouses, children, and sometimes extramarital partners. Everyone in the family or group must attend an orientation to learn about the program. Think of it like a fun family outing that involves life or death rules and regulations. All previous debts must be paid. Damn, no way to escape those student loans. Changing your entire identity is not a get-out-of-debt-free card. Everyone that enters the program must resolve their legal debts before taking the new life plunge. This is imperative so that banks and collection agencies won't attempt to track them down. In addition to paying debts, WITSEC participants must also be required to submit to psychiatric evaluations, a criminal background check, and a resolute commitment to providing testimony. Once the agency has calculated the risk, it may decide that the group does indeed require lifelong protection. No one said WITSEC was easy or glamorous. The litany of rules is enough to bog down anyone, let alone someone in the throes of uprooting their entire life. And while the countless rules may seem daunting, two in particular are absolutely crucial for safety. 1. Participants can't contact family members or friends outside of the program. So if you wanted to send your second cousin a birthday card, sorry dude, you'd be out of luck. The second, participants can't ever return to their former communities, not even for their second cousin's birthday party. WITSEC participants don't just change their names, they start their lives over with completely new identities. They receive new identifying documents, including driver's licenses, passports, birth certificates, and even school records to validate the new identities. It's like being a secret agent, except much more boring. As far as name changes go, agents typically encourage individuals to choose the same first name, or at least an option with the same first initial of their former names. The explanation is shockingly simple. It's easier to remember to answer to a name that sounds familiar. Those in WITSEC are required to move far, far away from their original homes. Participants don't ultimately get to choose their new destination. If they did, there would probably be a ton of witness protection participants in Hawaii. But luckily, those in the program are allowed to narrow down the options based on a selection of pre-approved locales. To help further secure the relocation, only a few government agents even know the final destination where you end up. If you're in the Witness Protection Program, get ready for payday. Well, not a huge payday, but a little something to get you started. The agents in charge of WITSEC provide participants with a stipend. The money specifically helps those in the program achieve stability and secure work after entering into their new lives. Participants will receive a living wage based on their previous location and sometimes even vouchers for living expenses. The money eventually stops rolling in after a certain point, so don't think you can start whistleblowing on crimes in order to receive a huge payday. Also, none of the money depends on the person's testimony or value to the legal system. WITSEC creators initially believed participants should receive armed protection at all times, like some kind of government-funded Beyoncé entourage. However, that was obviously a costly endeavor, and the constant presence of agents made witnesses stand out even more. Total anonymity proved to be more impactful, and that meant not being followed by a gaggle of security officers. Program members only get constant protection around their trial period or during other particularly dangerous times. When they do get continuous protection, it consists of a 24/7 security detail, specialized transportation, temporary housing, and guarded escorts. You can't just join WITSEC and then ghost on the government completely. WITSEC agents check in with program participants, sometimes as often as once a week, kind of like a needy mom that just wants to know how you are. In addition to a generic check-in tabs-keeping process, WITSEC agents can provide emotional support for witnesses as they integrate into their new communities. Some of the people in the program are career criminals, so they require assistance to acclimate to the change in circumstance. Sometimes the WITSEC agents are the only person they'll know from their old life. That can be an invaluable and genuine human connection for someone in the throes of an entirely upended world. Criminals that become part of WITSEC avoid prison sentences through testimony about the previous activities to aid ongoing investigations. Sometimes, however, they have to serve time for unrelated offenses. The Federal Bureau of Prisons has special WITSEC facilities to separate witnesses from the general population. This keeps them relatively safe until they're released from prison. Some program participants find themselves unable to cut off ties with their old lives completely. In many instances, the isolation is maddening. If someone opts to leave the program, agents don't prevent them from doing so. However, all protective services immediately go away, and you become vulnerable to whatever dangerous retaliation you were hoping to escape in the first place. Between changing your profession to saying goodbye to friends and family forever, entering the witness protection program is no easy task. And while the number of participants is a lot lower than you'd expect based on how many pop culture references WITSEC gets, you may know someone right now who's in the program. What do you think of life in the witness protection program? Let us know in the comments below, and while you're at it, check out some of these other videos of our weird history.